अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शारण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुभीष्टं पूर्णां राधादास्यं प्रदायकं रूपानुगाचार्यवर्यं रूपमञ्जरिपृष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुण्यं योगाचार्य नारायणं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती गोस्वामीति नामिने वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Paribrajacharya Shtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudeva, and to my most worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Shtotara Sat Srimad Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Sri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, to all the Dandi Sannyasis, Pujapad Padmanabh Maharaj, Pad Sajjan Maharaj, Vedashanta Maharaj, and all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So just to be brief and objective, there are many wonderful speakers here today. I don't want to take their time. I have come to hear also, especially Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. He has manifested this Gauriya Math with one purpose, that is a training center to become a maid servant of Srimati Radhika. But how that comes into place, he says this Gauriya Math is the descending place of Vidvadhrudi. Vidvadhrudi, it is the state of self-realization from the point of view that you can watch the absolute truth without any type of obstruction and with realization. There are three types of Ruddhis. Ruddhis means different way to interpret any object, any concept, any term. Agyaruddhi means the ignorant way of understanding things. Sadharan Ruddhi, the etymological way of understanding any word, any concept. But then we have Vidvadhrudi, which is the state of self-realization. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada, he is explaining what this Gauriya Darshan means. So first of all, we have two words here, Gauriya and Darshan. Darshan means philosophy, as well as perspective, as well as vision itself, sight. So what is that perspective, what is that philosophy, and what is that point of view of the Gauriyas that he is bringing to this world? So now we have to understand what is Gauriya. In general way, Gauriya means those who are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Gaura Desh, and also the followers of Srimati Radhika Gauri. But Srila Prabhupada explains that there is the Agauriyas. Agauriya means the non-Gauriyas, those who are not related at all to Gauriyas. Then there is Bhruva Gauriya. Bhruva Gauriya means those who in name of Gauriya, they practice many type of misbehavior, apasiddhantas, and many things like that. The so-called Gauriyas. Then we have Vidya Gauriya. Vidya Gauriyas are those who are doing nice sadhana, They are in the line of Gauriya properly, but they have not yet realization of this Gauriya darshan. And then you have the Gauriyas, means the pure Gauriyas, means those who have Vidvadrudi, those who have the realization of what is that Gauriya darshan. So then Srila Prabhupada, once he was explaining what is this perspective. In fact, this is the perspective of the Manjaris. So how the Manjaris, they see the world, how the Manjaris, especially Radharani is of course the Palyadasis of Srimati Radhika, not any Manjaris, how they see the world. This is the Gauriya Darshan. How they relate to the divine couple. So once when Srila Prabhupada, he was about to, prior to entering Samadhi, maybe a couple of months before entering Samadhi, he decided, he was in Puri, and he decided to go to Alarnath. But it was very hot there. And devotees told to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, that is too hot, don't go. And what was his answer? He said, I will fan. Ami pankha debo. In Bengali language, Ami pankha debo means I will fan. I will fan someone. And they ask, but who are you going to fan? And then he quotes this verse from Sankalpa Kalpadruma, in which is describing that when the divine couple, they will be in their bed of love, and they will be so much fun, laughter, and so much perspiration will come from their bodies, from this heat of love. At that time, I will attach a rope in the fan, and from outside of the kunja, I will be fanning them and just listening from outside their laughter. So this is the perspective. How Srila Prabhupada gave such answer. This is revealing what is in his heart. He said, doesn't matter if it's hot. He's not thinking about himself. No matter how much hot it is, I will fan them. Understand? So I hope everyone is following what I want to say. It's something very subtle in this sense. Okay, thank you, Maharaj. English is not my first language, I'm sorry. Then again he gives another example. And then he quotes from Radharasa Sudhanidhi. You can maybe help me with this look. Jasya kadapi vasanam chalakela notha dhanyati dhanya pavanena kritartamani yogindra durgama gatir madhusudanopi tasya namostu vrishabhanu bhuvo dishepi. This verse is describing how Krishna is sitting on the bank of Radha Kund, and he is unable to see Srimati Radhika because she is in Man, so she is hiding somewhere in Kunja. She doesn't want to see him, and he's sitting, he's feeling separation. And then suddenly a very gentle breeze comes from that Kunja, bringing the scent, the fragrance of Radharani's body. And due to that, the breeze itself becomes intoxicated by that prema. And then it moves very slow until it comes and touches Krishna. So when Krishna feels that breeze carrying the aroma of Srimati Radhika's transcendental body, then automatically he is feeling, some type of relief. So Srila Prabhupada Sarasvati Pad, he's paying his obeisances to the very direction from where that breeze is coming, because Radharani is there. So Srila Prabhupada, he gives this other example. This is Gauriya Darshan. This is what the Manjaris are watching. They are watching Krishna suffering for Srimati Radhika. They are watching Krishna feeling separation for Srimati Radhika. And even, begging just to smell the fragrance of her transcendental body. So this is what Srila Prabhupada has come to establish in this world, in this very Gauriya Mat. So this is a transcendental aspect of Gauriya Mat. Of course, there is the, very practical aspect, and he used to address as Gauriya Mat like a hospital, where devotees are performing their sadhana all together. He gives the example of if you put so many rocks inside of a bag and you shake it, eventually all the rocks, they get polished. So by living together in the Gaudiya ashram, you have the opportunity to experience this collective life, and by that interaction, by that friction of the relationships, eventually you get purified from all your anarthas. So that is the advantage of living in ashram. That is how you can speed up the process of purification.
Our rough edges will be smooth.
Huh?
Our rough edges will be
Yes,
smooth.
yes. So in this way, he opened this Gauriya Math, against Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's actually vision of only doing Namahatma programs. But Srila Prabhupada said, no, we have to open this center where we will establish the proper conduct and the proper way of doing sadhana, and devotees, they can come and they can renounce and they can live there and they can serve the mission full time. One more thing just to conclude, that Srila Prabhupada, he also contradicted, not really, but the order of his Gurudev, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, not to open a temple in Calcutta, right? And what was the first thing he did after opening Chaitanya Math? Was to open Bhag Bazar Gauriya Math in? No, that is not Calcutta. Yes, that is the point here. Why he would contradict his Gurudev? Why he would commit a Guravagya, means disobeying his Guru? Then Srila Prabhupada explains that very place where Bhag Bazar Gauriya Math is situated, this is actually a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has gone. And he placed his lotus feet over there. And that became also the bhajan kutir of one of Mahaprabhu's associates. I think his name is Bhagavatacharya. And he is Sweta Manjari. So actually that very place of Bhag Bazar Gauriya Math, this is not Kolkata. This is Gauramandal. So Srila Prabhupada, he was not preaching in Calcutta, he was preaching in Gauramandal. Means established his mat in Gauramandal. So in this way, from so many angles, there are unlimited glories of Srila Prabhupada. I could, spend the night sharing many things, but I think for now this is okay. And
more.
Maharaj. Huh?
Tell one more. One more glory.
Srila Prabhupada, he said about himself something very remarkable. He said, I have many faults, but my worst fault is that I'm always looking for everyone else's fault. I'm always trying to find fault in everyone. And he said, this is not good, because Vaishnavism means not to become like a fault finder. We should not look each and everyone's fault, and only look their virtues, their qualities, their Vaishnava qualities. But Srila Prabhupada said there is a but. And what is that? The thing is, when you are going to find your Guru, there is a necessity to try to find faults in that candidate. Because Guru should be someone who is faultless. So in the course of trying to find your Guru, if you select a candidate, you must scrutinize him from top to bottom. And if you find a fault, the smallest one, you should reject that Guru. That Guru cannot be your Guru. And he gave the example that if that person is 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds engaged in bhajan, but for 1 second he's deviating his attention, he's not fit to be my Guru.
Said by Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta.
Yeah, so Bhaktisiddhanta, he said that. So then that is the very, very important teaching. If you want to find a bona fide Guru, a Sadguru, then you must look for his faults. And Srila Gurudev and Jiva Goswami Pad also, they explain from this verse of Bhagavad Gita, for example, Apiche Sudarachara. In this verse, it is saying that, okay, he is Bhajate Mama Nanya Bhag, he is one pointed to me, so therefore he should always be considered to be a sadhu. Although he might be having so many bad behavior, but he should be seen as a sadhu. But Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, they explain, actually, this shloka does not apply to Guru. This shloka applies to any Vaishnava, but not to Guru. Because Guru cannot be that personality who is committing so many types of misbehaviors. So Guru has to be perfect, pure. So this is how Srila Prabhupada boldly established this in this world, and by that so many things happen. Even the preaching of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself was many times compromised, because Srila Prabhupada, he never stopped himself from speaking the truth. We know that past time when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was giving so much nice katha in Puri, attracting so many people. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his strategy was that he would call each and every one. Even from Mayavadis, Marta Brahmanas, he would call each and every one. And then he would try to, in a very, like polite way, very diplomatic way, try to, start slowly change their understanding. So once he was absent and he requested Srila Prabhupada to give classes on his behalf. And when he returned after some days, there was hardly anyone coming to attend classes. Because Srila Prabhupada was so heavy. He was saying, chastising them by saying that you cannot be Vaishnava if you are smoking, if you are drinking, if you are chewing pan masala, if you are misbehaving like this, like that, if your philosophy is such and such and such, you cannot be a Sadguru, you cannot be called Vaishnava.
How old was he when he was saying this?
Maybe 10 or 11, so like that, no? Yes. Yes. And I just want to also add one more thing regarding his title, Maharaj. Briefly he told, so I think it's worthy of, deep in that. Actually, then I will finish, okay, Maharaj? Then I will conclude my... There was a problem in the Vedic astrology. There was a problem. Because the calculations were not getting accurate. So then, a very famous astrologer called Bapudev Shastri, he wrote one article saying that now Vedic astrology is not working anymore, and we have to take shelter of the Western astrology. So when Srila Prabhupada, he read that, he was very upset. And he said there is no point that the Vedic astrology is wrong at any circumstance. But what he did, he investigated. And after investigating, he found out that actually there was a necessity for some adjustment in the calculation that wasn't done since the 800 years, from the past 800 years. So he found out that equation, how to fix that problem. And then afterwards he translated and commented the Surya Siddhanta, which is one of the most important books of astronomy and astrology as well, written by Mayadanava. And then after solving this great problem of the Vedic astrology, then he was offered by the scholars of the Kolkata University the title Siddhanta Sarasvati, because of the book Surya Siddhanta. That's how this title comes from where this is coming. And then he was offered the chair of the Department of Astrology in Calcutta University. But he denied, and he was only 15 at that time. He denied, he said, I haven't come to this world to count stars. I have come to give something much deeper, much bigger and relevant for humanity. So in this way, he was actually the Shuddha Sarasvati. He was the manifestation of Shuddha Sarasvati. There are two types of Sarasvati, Vidya Sarasvati and Shuddha Sarasvati. Vidya Sarasvati means the mundane knowledge. And Shuddha Sarasvati, she's an expansion of Radharani. She's Radharani herself, which is revealing what? Vidvadrudi. So that is why his title is fitting himself very, very well. And how he has enlightened this whole world. After his appearance, the world has got life and light, and if it was not for him, we would not be here today. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.